These kids who were formerly abducted, they said the cause of the abduction is simply that they want to act on that truth.
Not regard African life as valuable.
The main concern is that there are an awful lot of innocent people who are just being victimized like crazy.
Very intentional and strategic campaign.
We, quote, congratulate the hundreds of thousands of Americans who have mobilized to respond to this unique crisis of conscience.
2012, a half hour long, it's gone viral.
Have to make it the biggest story in the world.
You're my devil, you're my angel.
My name is Annie Bastida. I'm a graduate student at the University of Missouri. Back in 2008, I started the Invisible Children chapter at Mizzou. You know, some people come to college to get a degree and have a little fun. I've done both, but I also helped end a war. My senior year in high school, I was in my stats class, and my teacher, Mr. McGee, had come back over the summer and had gone to northern Uganda with Invisible Children. So he came back and he had all these stories and all these pictures and videos, and he showed them all to our class, and it was so neat. And then I left high school and I came to Mizzou, and there was no chapter. And I thought that was pretty crazy that something that was so big and so powerful and so moving wouldn't have a chapter at such a large university like Mizzou. You can't just say, oh, I want to do this, because you actually have to, A, get people that you know are going to be involved, because you have to give them names. So you have to go and convince people to be like, hey, this is going to be a cool thing. Come be a part of it. Then you have to think about, okay, what am I going to do with this thing? Now that I have these people coming, what am I going to do with them? Can't just be like, we're going to hang out and talk about Africa. You have to actually like come up with something and give them like, this is my constitution. This is what I want to see happen with this organization.
Annie had brought the group forward so much. She had founded it, and we had meetings and we had regular members and we attended national events, and it was just so much trying. We didn't want to, I don't know that we could really disappoint Annie, but we didn't want to let the group go backward from how far she had brought it.
Unbelievable. It's absolutely unbelievable. It's crazy when I look back at it and think about it. I can't believe, and it makes me so proud, because I feel like the biggest things from Invisible Children that I take away from it is that young people can make a difference. Reaching them and telling them, you know, you could do this. You could make whatever you want to have happen. You can do it. There's no reason why you couldn't.
And that was just kind of how Annie approached Invisible Children. I would say she just tried to give Invisible Children everything that she could possibly give. I would think that she was maybe, I would say the majority of the time when she wasn't in class or studied, she was thinking about Invisible Children, and she would tell us how she would lie in bed at night and think about what she could do with the club.
The kids are 8 to 12 years old, and they are scared to death to sleep in their own houses, because if they sleep in their houses at home, they run the risk of getting abducted by the LRA. 90% of the LRA is made up of kids their age. So it's their peers who are coming up to them and stealing them and taking them and putting them at gunpoint and saying, you have to come with us right now and kill your mom before we leave. One of the great things that we got to do with Invisible Children was teach students how to be involved in the democratic process. So we got to meet with quite a few people. We met with Nixon, we met with Luke DeMeyer and McCaskill. But for me, that was crazy to be like, hi, I'm a concerned citizen. I really care about this. Listen to me talk to you about this. Invisible Children needs people who are individually their own leaders, but who aren't afraid to become part of the collective movement towards the greater good.